Hey everyone, so I've always wanted to design and make my own skateboard. This video is to document how I did that. So if you're interested and you want to make one too, then keep on watching. To start off with my skateboard, I purchased a large sheet of plywood from Home Depot that was about 1/8 of an inch thick. I used V-carve to design the shape of my skateboard and a shop-bought CNC router to cut out the shapes at my workplace. I know a lot of people may not have access to one, so an alternative would be to manually sketch out the shape of your skateboard on the plywood and then cut the shapes out with a jigsaw. After I have my 5 shapes cut out, I am prepping the board by sanding down each layer before I glue them together. I'm using Type Bond 3 wood glue to glue the layers together. When it comes to gluing the wood together, I am alternating the different layers of the skateboard based on the direction of the grains. This is going to make the board stronger. The amount of layers and the thickness of each sheet will also affect the properties of the skateboard. I created some blocks of wood that are curved so that I can use it to create a concavity on my skateboard. And to hold the wood together while the glue is drying, I'm using clamps. Overall, it took me 3 days to have my skateboard completely glued together. This is because the plywood I got from Home Depot was pretty thick, so it was difficult to bend, which is why I only clamped one layer at a time. Plus, I was running errands, so it can probably be done a lot quicker. The directions on the glue suggested to keep it clamped for a minimum of 30 minutes, but the longer the better. So it's definitely doable to have the skateboard completely glued within a day. The next step is to prep the board before I start painting. I went to Michael's and purchased acrylic gesso, which I applied to the bottom side of the skateboard. I covered the board with 3 layers of gesso so that I could get a smooth white finish and so that the board wouldn't look streaky before I started painting. So I knew I wanted to have the dopest, baddest shark on my skateboard, so I did a rough sketch on a regular piece of paper, and now I'm transferring that image onto my skateboard. After the paint dried, I applied 3 layers of clear, glossy spray paint on top to finish off the skateboard. Make sure you hold the spray can 6 inches away from the skateboard so that you can get a nice, even finish. And then also to make sure that you let the paint dry completely before adding another coat. Now I'm adding grip tape to the top of the skateboard and I'm applying pressure so that I can remove any air bubbles, and also I'm removing all the excess grip tape. Here I'm assembling the trucks and wheels that I ordered online, It's super simple. Just put the bearings in the wheels, which I already did and I forgot to film that. And now I'm putting the wheels on the trucks and putting a washer on either side of the wheel and torquing the nut. I also forgot to film the holes that I drilled out on my board. What I did was I used my trucks as a guide and measured out where I wanted my trucks to go. So this is the last part, and I'm assembling the trucks and wheels onto the board. I'm placing a riser pad between the trucks and the board to reduce the load. And this is the end of my skateboard video. I hope you guys all enjoyed watching and that you're inspired to make one too. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel.